Here we go. Oh, the torque in this thing is like genuinely impressive. Come on, baby. I believe in you. Ooh, 0 to 100 in seconds. There aren't many things in this world I would call myself an expert on, but Chinese utes, I'd call myself an expert. And so when GWM reached out to me, said they're doing the Cannon campaign, can you get some airtime on the channel? I was like, absolutely it can. Well, it's been 6 months since the facelift GWM Cannon came out, and it is a really interesting time to do that comparison. Now, of course, like I said, this video is sponsored. However, they don't have any editorial say over what I want to say. All GWM have paid for is a slot in our filming schedule. That's it. So I can say whatever I want. I will tell you everything I like about this thing. I'll tell you things I don't like about this thing. But overall, we're gonna check out 6 months later, should you be rushing out to buy yourself a GWM Cannon? Because yeah, this thing does tick a lot of boxes, at least on paper. Let's find out. First things first, price. So this is by far the best value ute on sale today. Really, like there's no better value ute that you can buy brand new with a factory 7-year unlimited kilometer warranty than a GWM Cannon. The whole range for the dual cab starts at $38,990. Now, to be fair, that very entry level model, that does come with the previous 2-liter engine, which is fine. It's enough of a diesel engine, but I would still be going for this one here, the 2.4 liter. That whole range kicks off at 40,490 Australian dollars on the road. On the road. So you get this, you drive away. 40,490, incredible. And that does come with this upgraded 2.4 liter diesel engine, which as you'll see is really good. And this Ultra here, which is fully loaded, it is pretty much top of the range. You can get the Vanta with a black pack, a bit more expensive, but this one here, 43,800 Australian dollars drive away. Now, to put that in perspective, my Jack T9, it had a before on-roads cost more expensive than this. And this comes with a 360 camera, a sunroof, heated and cooled seats. It's got one of the most useful tubs in the industry. Like seriously, very, very impressive. So yeah, first things first, in terms of pricing, no one has beat the GWM Cannon. It is by far the best value new ute you can buy, without a doubt. But let's talk about the looks, because it's a handsome ute and I'm glad it's not over styled. There are some funny things about it, but we'll point those out as we go along. I do like these LED headlights. They're very bright. They have these nice LED daytime running lights as well, and a cool indicator, if you care about that. You have this big P here, and that is because in other markets, this is known as the POER. P-O-E-R. So that P would make sense, but here in Australia, where it's called just the GWM Cannon, it doesn't really, but anyway, it's there. You do have a camera up front. It's got a very, very good 360 camera. You've got this big grille as well. They actually changed this to not be so chrome. Instead, it's like a flat chrome. I like it. You have a bigger bumper now than before, and that is to make it look more menacing, more mean. You've also got some fog lights down here and a nice bumper, and I like this too. It is a proper off-roader, and you can tell because of this. That is your steel bash plate. This thing has really good underbody protection pretty much all the way throughout. So yeah, a very versatile ute. That, again, it's just so not expensive, and that's what I love about these things. So let's check out the side. Okay, coming to the side, you're gonna see these 18-inch alloy wheels. They are wrapped in some Gitti X-Ross tires. I don't know what it is with Chinese car manufacturers and putting on these Gitti highway terrain tires on their utes, but yeah, they're not the best. Anyway, I would be chucking on some all-terrains if you're gonna be taking this thing off-roading, because even now with these tires, it does scramble for traction. You have some faux aero here with, again, the POER badge. You have a 360 camera there as well. Keyless entry, and go. Tinted privacy glass, roof rails. You have these side steps here. They are plastic, which is never my favorite, but whatever, at least you get them. You have your sports bar up here, thankfully, when you can open that up when you unlock it. Anyway, you don't have to put AdBlue into this thing. Big thumbs up. At least that's my perspective, okay? That is my perspective. Let's check out the arse. Now, you guys know me, I'm a fan of a tush, a good tush specifically, and this is a nice one because we have fully LED lights here. Again, something that pretty much every other ute manufacturer struggles to do, but it's cool. It's got a cool 3D effect to them. I like them. You have 4x4, 2.4T. That's to signify its new engine. GWM is now in big, bold letters at the back, and it's been embossed into the tailgate, so a cool look. You've also got a full-size spare, which you would expect from any ute, but this is my favorite thing. Pull this down, first of all. Nice and soft, it's gas struts. So that's the first thing. You've got dual gas struts, which means it's really light to get into the back. It's really, really good. The other thing as well is you push this, that pops out, and now you have a step to get into the back of your ute. You do not get that in literally any of its main competitors, so that's awesome. Once you are back here, you will see loads of space. There is heaps of room. And the other thing I'm noticing is you're not getting cut by this spray-in bed liner. It's not poorly done. It's actually done very, very well. More importantly, the space in here is actually really good, especially when you consider the price point. That's what's blowing me away. The tub is 1,560 millimeters long, 1,614 millimeters wide, 1,146 millimeters wide between the wheel arches, and 563 millimeters tall. Let's check out the interior. Alrighty. Nice thonk. Let's talk about the interior now of the GWM Cannon. I want to get the bad just out of the way, all right? And that is there is no under-thigh support, which you guys know I don't love. Thankfully, and as we said in our original review, the seats are at actually a good angle. So the base is not flat. It's upwards a little bit. So it does give you some under-thigh support and you are sitting quite high up. So it's a good position and I haven't found myself getting uncomfortable. More importantly as well, you can actually tilt and telescope the steering wheel. Otherwise, the seats themselves are a really nice leather. They feel absolutely fantastic. The steering wheel feels actually quite nice to hold in the hands. I like the clicky buttons here as well. And you've got buttons here to control your instrument cluster up in front of you. Here's another annoying thing. You have to hold down the OK button to see some of the menus. It's just not very intuitive. Though once you've figured it out that you can do that, then yeah, you actually get quite a lot of different menus. And you can change the theme if you are so inclined. I've been running this thing in fashion. As you can see, I'm very, very fashionable. But we also have technology and digital as well. So whatever tickles your fancy, you can have your GWM Cannon look that way. This display is also new for the facelift and it is incredible. It is so fast, it is so snappy. Wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Both of those are great things to have because you have a fast Qi wireless charger with an air conditioning vent as well to keep everything nice and cool. So yes, this will actually charge your phone unlike some wireless chargers. You've got a USB-C fast charger, USB-A port and a 12 volt socky wocky there as well. You've also got these really cool 3 pre-wired buttons. They're for your 12 volt system. So you can hook up a light bar, for example, and activate it there. On the left-hand side, you have your locking rear differential. You've also got a low-range transfer case. Now, this thing is very capable off-road straight from factory, even as is. You might want to put on some better tires, but you can go all the way up to the XSR. That does delete some small niceties, but it also adds a front-locking differential, a full underbody protection, a snorkel. So if you want to go watch our review of the pre-facelift version of that, it still has a lot of the same mechanical bits. Go check that out. It's a really, really cool ute, but it is more expensive, keep that in mind. Still sub 50K drive away, which for a full proper off-roader is pretty mind-blowing. Storage in here is really good. You've got a little storage area to the right of the driver. You've also got this open area here. The glove box is an absolutely massive size. I love this. You've got this slide away little storage area where you can show 2 quite large cup holders, one significantly larger than the other. Put up this center armrest and you have an aircon vent and that can keep your cans of Coke nice and cool. So that's really cool to see. Pun intended. Soft touch materials are absolutely everywhere. That helps to quieten down this interior. And again, for its price point, it is a quiet interior. You've also got this hook here where you can carry like bags or whatever you want. And how could I forget these other things? Again, the price point, it just blows my mind. Sunroof, and yes, it's an operational sunroof. So that's pretty cool. The other thing you get is a sunglass holder over here, which is again, cool. And even the sound system, it's okay. You know, it'll do the job. Not mind-blowing, but it's all right. Let's check out the back seats. So, back seats, what's cool about this? Well, this is my favorite thing ever. You can pull these down and you can see your top tether points and maybe have a little bit of storage, but who cares about that when you can one-handed lift this up? And then you just get a bunch of space here. It is mind-blowing just how much space you have in the back seats when you lift these up. Genuinely very, very impressed. Pulling them down, you just got to pull this tab. There are probably better ways to have done that. Anyway, 5'11", let's get inside. So, first of all, sound test. That was a thonk. Scratchy materials back here. Not uncommon for a ute, and especially not uncommon for a ute at $43,000 drive away. But at 5'11", I've got heaps of legroom, heaps of headroom, and toe room as well. It's absolutely fantastic. My legs are maybe a tiny little bit too high. I can't stop seeing a Minecraft pig face there. I think once you've seen it, you won't disagree. But hey, at least you get 2 air vents, get 2 USB-A ports, and a bit of storage there as well. Ooh, this is all nice and soft leather. You've got heaps of space in the door bins as well with mat pockets. These seats are also nice and soft leather. Pull this down. I know this is sponsored GWM. But what the frick? All right, there is no cup holders in the center armrest. Yes, you can use these as bottle holders, but if you got your Macca's coffee in the morning and you and your 3 apprentices are in the car, what are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do? well, I can tell you what you definitely should be doing, and that is purchasing your next new GWM through CarSauce Buy. Our new CarSauce Buy 2.0 will hook you up with the absolute best dealers possible to get you the best price possible on any new GWM. We have thousands of dealers who we make literally fight each other. Sorry, GWM dealers, it be what it be. And we are consumer advocates on your side, so we make sure to go in the hardest to get you the best deals possible. Best of all, it is obligation free. It is an absolutely incredible service, and thousands of you have used it, so thank you so much. To get your free quote, just Google CarSauce Buy and our dedicated team of car buyers will help you out. Just like this new powertrain helps this thing launch pretty hard. Let's launch it. Oh my God. It looks like the launch gods raining down praise on me. Let's see how fast we can go in this thing. Of course, it does have my favorite thing ever. Sport mode, baby. I wonder if it's got launch control. Does it? Well, there's one way to find out if it does, baby. Fist me and fist me good. Let's see how fast we can get this thing to go. Let's build up boost in the turbo. Here we go. Ooh, the torque in this thing is like genuinely impressive. Come on, baby. Come on. I believe in you. Ooh, that's pretty good. 0 to 100 in 10.53 seconds, making it one of the faster diesel utes. Cool. Alrighty, let's drive this thing normally. Alrighty, guys, 6 months later, stepping back into the GWM Cannon, they have upgraded the engine on this thing. So you can still get this with the technically previous engine, a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel. It's fine, it just doesn't have that much power and torque. 120 kilowatt, 400 newton meters. Nothing special, right? But it is cheaper, so if you want something cheaper and you don't really care about having the most power and torque, then that could be right for you. This 2.4 litre though, you put your foot down, you feel the extra power and torque. 135 kilowatt of power, 480 newton meters of torque, which puts it amongst some of the top players. A little bit less on paper, but you put your foot down, and yeah, this thing absolutely shifts for a dual cab ute, especially again considering the price point. Now, one of the big changes they made when they updated the GWM Cannon was to the suspension. They added new shocks, and it's honestly quite transformative. This thing handles very well, much better than you would ever expect a ute like this to do so, especially a Chinese ute. And the thing I love about this is it is unashamedly a Chinese ute. It's got some funny quirks, like you put it into sport mode. It always makes a sound, but at least it's got a sport mode. I mean, a Ford Ranger at 80 grand doesn't even have a sport mode. Ooh, yeah, and this thing is quick. A lot faster than you expect. The other thing as well is the suspension setup is just so much better. It's definitely firm, like any dual cab ute with no weight in the back. That's how we test all of our utes. But the front suspension feels super duper sorted. So even if you don't have any weight in the front, it's not too soft and wallowy. It's just got that really good balance. Possibly because of the heavier engine up front, it's just a bit firmer. And I like that. Handling as well. So the steering feel itself is not the best, right? It's just not. But the way it handles is very good. So that is important because when you do turn the car, you want to have some, well, confidence. And I can say confidently that you got some confidence when you're turning a corner. I'm not going to say it's the best thing since sliced bread, but it is pretty good. Now we're going over our famous ball buster. Here we go. Let's see how the suspension holds up. Good. Really good. Sometimes you'll hit the bump stop on that, but not here. So I'm happy to hear that. I've been driving this thing so much over the last couple of weeks, and I have noticed that fuel economy is fantastic. In fact, with my driving so far, I've been getting 7.9 liters per 100 kilometers, which I think is extremely impressive. They claim 8.4 liters, which is actually better than the 2-liter engine that they came before, which had about 9.4 liters per 100 kilometers. Even after this silly driving, 8 liters per 100 kilometers, like, I'm impressed. Tickle me impressed, actually. Let's go up Saucy Corner, baby. Now, this is our performance test, and I never expect a lot, right, from performance testing, but here we go. Let's see how it goes. Hairpin numero uno. Okay, very impressed, and that is because the traction control system is not kicking in, cutting out power. It just did there. Of course I say it and then it does it. But on that first hairpin it didn't, which is good. The other thing as well is that it does come with a permanent 4-wheel drive, unless you put it into... Did make a sound that time. Oh, there we go. It's just a bit delayed. Unless you put it into eco mode, in which case it becomes a rear-wheel drive only, which is good. It's smart. It means you have less mechanical drivetrain loss. But I've been driving this thing in normal. I'm still getting 7.9 to 8 liters per 100 kilometers. So tickle me impressed, guys. I really am. In fact, I'd say the worst thing about this car is honestly its autonomous driving stuff. 6 months later, I really would have hoped that they would have fixed a bit more of the AEDT stuff. It all actually works. The only issue I have with it is that it keeps you too far of a distance from the car in front of you, and they do that for safety reasons, so I get it. It's not actually broken, it's just that it's set that way. I just kind of wish that gap was shorter. But if that's my biggest complaint with this thing, especially for what is a cheap Chinese Ute, I'm just so impressed. And it does make you wonder, why would you spend so much more on a more expensive Ute, especially right, when these engines, they've actually been quite reliable. The 2-liter in particular, which has been around longer, it has been remarkably reliable, much to the dismay of people who simply hate every Chinese car. It's worked well, especially if you just service it regularly. You do everything that you're supposed to do with any mechanical thing. These things seem to go and go and go. So yeah, I'm impressed. I really am impressed. And with that, let's get into our final thoughts. Alrighty guys, final thoughts now on the GWM Cannon. It has been 6 months. Would I recommend it? Well, like I said, this video is sponsored, but I could say whatever I want. And in this instance, I'm gonna say absolutely. Go out and buy one. It is incredibly good value, like really, really good value, especially with this 2.4-liter turbo diesel. I think the entire range represents good value. In fact, the Ultra spec is 100% the way I would be going. I think you get absolutely everything and the kitchen sink. Like seriously, at this price point, you are not going to get a more fully loaded vehicle. The previous drivetrain, the 2-liter, it has proven to be so reliable. The 2.4-liter is essentially just a build-up of that. So yeah, it's a great powertrain. I like the way it drives. I like the fact it's a permanent four-wheel drive. These things are capable off-road as well. So sponsored or not, this is a really impressive Ute. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What do you think of the GWM Cannon? Do you like this Ute? Of course, if you want to buy one of these, you want the best price possible and zero hassle, just use CarSauce Buy. Trust me, it is a really good service. And of course, like the video, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Thank you guys very much for watching. Ciao for now.